First, I just want to thank everybody and say that all further Patreon donations and GoFundMe donations are going towards rehabilitating and the medical expenses for Toupac. So thanks again, guys, so much. So this has been Tupac's first week home, and he's already doing so much better. Yeah, you got the blueberries. There you go. You want one? No? I don't like that one? How about this one? You were just eating them 5 seconds ago. What's wrong with you? Anyways, as you guys know, he has several health problems. He has bumblefoot. Well, I don't know if I've told you guys this on YouTube yet because the last video I did, I think, was before I took him to the vet. We went to the vet last week, and he has bumblefoot on each of his knees, like the lower part right here. And so we've got him on antibiotics and stuff now, and I've been putting some medicine on them and wrapping them every day. He doesn't have it on right now because he's playing and eating, but he's doing so much better, and I'm very happy that he's perked up so much. He's hopping around like a normal toucan now, eating like a normal toucan, playing with toys, stuff like that. When I got him, I was really afraid that he was going to need a lot of special treatment, but it looks like he'll make mostly a recovery, if not a full recovery. So, you got a berry there? So we still got putting coconut oil on his beak. His beak's looking a lot better. He was able, I've never seen him scratch his head with his foot because he hasn't really been able to move. And just the other day, for the first time, I saw him scratch his head with his foot. And he's done it a few times since. So that's a very good sign. So he can lift his feet up now far enough to get to his head. And when I got him, he had a bunch of pin feathers on his head and around his eyes and stuff because he couldn't use his feet, basically. So, and then also, if you look there, let me see if I can get it. I apologize, I'm using my phone right now because he's not quite used to my big camera yet, and I want him to behave normally, and he's more interested in biting at the other camera. So, let me see if I can get a little... See his nostrils there? They're just between his bill and the top. What are you doing? He's like all waddling funny. So sometimes instead of hopping, he kind of like does this little waddle like a penguin or something. And he, he's not fully better yet. But if you can see his nostrils there, the left one's pretty clear. I was able to clear that up myself, but when we went to the vet, that right one, as you could see a second ago, but he's moving a little bit too much right now. That right one's still pretty clogged up, even though we tried to flush it out at the vet. The vet tried to flush it out with saline and, get all the excess snot and gunk and debris and stuff out of there. And it was so caked in there. It was probably caked in there a good inch or so. Most of it got out, but it was hurting him, and he was making crying sounds and stuff, and we stopped for the time being, and I've been putting drops in his nose for now, about twice a day to help soften all that stuff out, and he's been sneezing a lot of it out. You could see it earlier a little bit, but he's been doing a lot better on that other nostril, so hopefully he can breathe a little better now. Another interesting thing is one of his toes. If I can, let me get around here. Try to remember which one. It's this one right here. You see it? See how it's different from the other ones? It's his the longest toe, the back one right there, is upside down. So at some point, he dislocated that toe and it healed itself upside down. Now he can still bend it and perch normally, but the nail is now pointing upwards instead of downwards like it should be. It doesn't really affect his normal day-to-day life. I'll just have to trim it every now and then. So, yeah, that's just kind of weird. But he's been perching a lot, eating a lot. He now likes blueberries, as you can see, although not as much as Ripley. So he's still eating papaya and stuff like that. His tail feathers still haven't quite grown in yet, but his wing feathers have grown back a bit where he can flutter just a tiny bit, which is good for getting up to new perches and stuff. Come here. Oh, see, he's still not quite perching properly, but he's definitely getting there. Let's see if I can move around here where you can see that toe. See how it's like all janky? And you can still see some of his some of that on his knee there. It looks like he like stepped in poop or something. What did you step in? But yeah, he's doing a lot better. And so all the here, let me put him down. All the GoFundMe and Patreon donations have been going towards his vet bills and stuff like that, so I really appreciate that, guys. You guys have been a huge help. And I don't know, like I'm the kind of person that just feels like everything happens for a reason, you know, and Ripley passing was a tragedy and it was very painful for me, and it still is. But it's been very rewarding having him and seeing him slowly come back to health and learn to live closer around me and be somewhat appreciative in his own little bird way. And I don't know, maybe this is the way the channel should go. Maybe it should become kind of like a toucan rescue or something. I don't know. I have the time to do it, and you guys enjoy the channel, and as the channel begins to make more money and get more viewership, more subscriptions, things like that, maybe I can take more and more birds in under my care and teach more people about them, because so often people will buy them, and just last year there was probably 3 or 4 toucans that were, you know, trying to do the whole Instagram famous thing with them. I don't know, hopefully I didn't inspire them to buy them, but basically they bought these birds, and then, you know, within that year they were rehomed. So a lot of toucans are purchased without realizing how much care and space and energy they require to take care of, and I never ever endorse them as pets. People email me constantly or message me or whatever asking, oh, what breeder should I get a toucan from? Like, nah, don't get a toucan. Just don't. Because it's safer for me to just say don't get a toucan than to try to figure out if that person is the 0.15% of people that are actually equipped to have them. So if you're thinking about getting a toucan, the answer is probably do not do it. I don't think most birds should be kept by people to begin with, and out of the people that are capable of keeping birds, which is a small percentage of the population, and an even smaller percentage of that percentage would be people that should get a toucan. They're so much different than other birds, and they require so much special care and treatment. They're noisy. I mean, he's not really that noisy right now, but for the most part, they're noisy, they're messy, they throw fruit all over your walls. You know, there's like a thin resin of papaya that I had to clean off my walls from Ripley. So, and blueberry and stuff like that just stains everything. They poop all the time. Like, they're just not, I mean, you basically have to follow them around with a paper towel while they're out, because they will poop on your stuff. And they're not like parrots that are just gonna sit there and chill. They're gonna be bouncing all over the walls like Ripley was. Tupac's a little more chill because of his health issues and probably something to do with his age. He is 15, but for the most part, they're like on crack and bouncing off the walls and never sit still. Anyways, that was a little bit of a rant, but you get what I'm trying to say. But I really appreciate you guys' support, and I'm really hoping to be able to expand on this further in the future, and maybe those toucans that need rehomes in the future I can take in and use for an educational purpose, you know, and they can be ambassadors for their species like Ripley was and like Tupac's going to be. And he's a very good ambassador. He's very gentle, and he's very chill. He's like a stone toucan. I guess that means his name is pretty appropriate, named after a rapper, but he's super chill, as you can see, and you guys will continue to see. And, you know, even when he gets better, he might still be pretty chill. So, I don't know, they're just all different. They all have different personalities. Ripley was very spastic, and he's very gentle and chill, so... Anyways, if you guys want to keep more up-to-date Instagram or Facebook, although I interact more on Instagram than I do Facebook now. So if you want to have your comment answered, it's probably, the best bet is probably Instagram at this moment, because I'm not really using Facebook that much, but all of the Instagram posts are also shared to Facebook. So it's Instagram at toucan.tv, pretty simple. And then same thing on Facebook as well. So I'll put links in the description. I always do. But I'll have more up-to-date information because you guys probably won't even see this video for a few days after I'm done recording it. It takes a while to edit and plan everything out, and I kind of like to have everything scheduled and out on Tuesdays. So, and then hopefully in the future we can start putting videos out more frequently once he's feeling a little bit better. But anyways, that's it, guys. So have a great night, and again, thank you so much for the support, and I can't wait to continue to share Toupac with you guys. Special shout out to our newest patrons on Patreon. That's Jeff House, Jason Nash, Jacob Tomas, JG, Anakin Sky, Camilo Rubinos, and Kate Peak. Thanks again so much, guys.